This is a recipe for spicy beef. We kind of came up with this on our own off of another recipe that we keep modifying and changing. But we wanted a roast that was easy to make, and we were sick of the typical pot roast. Like, we like pot roast, but it's like once we eat it once, we're done with it. Like, we don't want to eat it leftover.
And our new diet requires no potatoes.
Exactly. And this is lower carb, so that was the other thing. Although what you put it with matters, but we'll get to that in another video, I guess. But so anyway, so we've got a couple of roasts here. And these are eye of round. This is an eye of round. This is a tender roast, I think it said. I can't remember now. But it doesn't really matter what kind of roast you get. It's kind of to your liking. But I would say look for something that doesn't have a lot of fat. We don't do chuck roast with this because of that. We look for roasts that don't have a lot of fat and stuff in them, because it makes it better on the other end. So here's our ingredients. So we got a couple of cans of diced tomatoes with green chilies, which is Rotel, basically. Just the original heat. And then we've got a can of green chilies here. And we've got some roasted red peppers. This is out of a jar of roasted red peppers. It's probably like half a jar of them.
We're not sponsoring any of these labels.
No. And then we've got some garlic that we're going to put in there, and salt and pepper, and probably going to put a little of this umami seasoning in there as well, because it makes it tasty. And sometimes, and I guess I will this time, I put in a little bit of hot sauce. So it makes it spicy in the end. So this is super easy. You just, I would start by seasoning the beef with salt. Pretty good. It's thick cut, so a good amount of salt is good. And then pepper them.
Tell them what kind of pepper that is.
This is
not just your average black pepper.
No, this is black telecherry peppercorns, which our friend Josh introduced us to, and they are delightful. If you like pepper, like black pepper, I would get these over the regular peppercorns. They have a lot more flavor to them.
And that's spelled Tellichcherry, I think. Could be wrong.
Okay, there's that. And then basically the rest of this, you're just, we'll put the umami in, I guess. And this is, if you've never had this stuff before,
Got your bug.
It's made with mushrooms, and it's got salt, onions, like dried onions, mustard, porcini mushroom powder, white mushroom powder, crushed red pepper, black pepper, and dried thyme. This stuff is pretty yummy. I'm gonna season the beef with that. Just a little bit more beefy flavor, even though it is beef. This is good to use on veggies to make them have some more flavor. And then we'll put our garlic in. Notice I'm not measuring a whole lot. I don't think it matters very much with some of this stuff.
Whew.
And dump this in. And I kind of try to get this so that the diced tomatoes and all are kind of covering up the beef. And there's enough liquid in there for it to cook in, so.
I'm going to have to hurry because the flies are descending.
Oh, good for them. And then our
It's not good for them. They're going to die. Nom nom. You could also do like peppercini if you wanted to.
You could, yeah.
We've done that before. It's quite tasty.
Or put like some jalapenos if you want to kick it up another notch. I don't know if we've ever done jalapenos. We have to try that.
Habaneros or
yeah.
What is it? I'm trying to think of other ones we use. Serranos.
Yeah.
You could also put some of that chili paste in there too.
Hot sauce in there. And that is basically it. So you just put that in your crock pot, put it on low until it's done. Usually we let it run either like all night or all day. You know, you get up in the morning and put it in, and it's done for dinner time. So what is that, like 12 hours maybe?
Yeah.
10 to 12 hours on low.
Yeah.
I guess if you put it on high, it'd be faster. But
with the schedule like ours.
That's it.
Yep. Good job, babe.
Well, it is morning and the roast is done. And we were a little worried there for a second because when we woke up, the battery power had gone out for the camper. So, but I did check the temperature on the roast and they are done. Alright, got it pulled out and now we're going to cut it. So this the grains are going this way and you want to cut against the grain so it'll be not as tough. But there it goes, just kind of falls apart. And the way we do it is we just cut all this up in pieces like that, chop it up, and then throw it back over here into the juice and mix it all together. And if we were not low carbing, we would serve this over jasmine rice. But since we are low carbing, we make cauliflower rice and put it over that. And then you just kind of chop it all up. Or I guess if you really wanted to, you could just slice it and eat it as a piece of roast by itself. We like mixing it with stuff though. Makes it go further. And there's still a roast in there, but I'll go ahead and put all this back in. And you just mix it all up. And there it is with all the roast put back in. Thanks for watching. Why is the light on?
Now it's off.
Do we need more ash butter?
No.
You going?
Yep.
Okay.